Hey, how you doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept Podcast. It's the 4th of July. I don't give a fuck. I just really came through to say that. You know what I mean, speak about some things that's on my mind and everything. First of all, listen, I'm cracking the fuck up this morning because they having a concert in Philadelphia, right? I guess 4th of July parade party, whatever the fuck it is. It is what it is, right? LL Cool J, they wanted LL Cool J to perform at their event. You know what I mean? Their concert. LL Cool J denied Philadelphia his performance. You know why he pulled out of the concert? Right? And it's funny because LL is a cool motherfucker, but Philly gonna have to take the L on this one, right? Because it was so crazy that he pulled out. There was so much controversy that the mayor had to address it and make a statement. Now, I'm not in L's mind. I don't know L, but LL is a conscious man, right? I can say that. You know what I mean? Because I seen the man do interviews before and shit like that. I'm gonna tell you, for y'all wondering why LL decided not to do that concert in Philadelphia, right? I'm gonna tell y'all why LL didn't do it. Because Philadelphia is full of bullshit. Philadelphia be on some bullshit, and there's a lot of things that happen in Philadelphia that nobody want to answer for, but y'all keep wanting to bring these people who y'all in bed with or whatever, stars, famous people, this or that, to make y'all city look good, right? You want people to come through. Why don't you just have Philly artists perform in Philadelphia, right? Stop asking artists that don't agree with the politics of Philadelphia to perform in your fucking city. How about that? You know what I mean? Nobody really agree with the politics of what's going on out here. You know what I mean? You got it's a lot of shit that Philadelphia got to handle before they worry about throwing concerts and shit. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. You know what I mean? Happy 4th of July to everybody. But yeah, LL turned that fucking concert down for a reason, and that mayor had to put out a statement because she wanted to address the reason before LL could publicly address the reason. Because if he could talk uncannily and really let the cat out the fucking bag, LL will let you know. These motherfuckers in Philadelphia ain't shit. That's why he won't do your concert. That's why a lot of stars and shit, a lot of, people that have influence and fame and all these things, they don't give a fuck about what's going on in your city. They're about the status quo. So they'll come in and they'll keep pushing their entertainment because it's amusement. It keep you amused. It keep you not worrying about the bullshit that's going around. But LL is more of a conscious brother. He's not going to perform in your city if there's some fuckery going on. That's the bottom line. If your city is a scumbag ass city and y'all niggas is about bullshit, violence, fucking people lives up, especially people of color and of ethnicity. I know white people get fucked too, but yeah, when you out here fucking people over, ain't nobody gonna want to perform in your fucking city on the 4th of July, the day of Independence Day. I'm trying, listen, I gotta be independent at this point. I mean, this is a fight that, you know what I mean? Every American in the fucking country and outside the country should be fighting. This is a fight that all of us should be fighting. It's about independence. How can we have an Independence Day, July 4th, if we don't have true independence as a society, as a people, as a city? I don't want to live in the city no more. You know what I mean? I never when I get to the point where I'm comfortable enough to move about the cabin wherever the fuck I want to, it's not gonna be in no fucking city atmosphere. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that shit right now, because it's like you under constant attack, man. You're always under attack, man. You're under constant attack. You know what I mean? And it's like it's systematic, and every day you have to be prepared for such attacks. Every day you have to be prepared for different attacks coming from places where you don't expect them. That's why you have to prepare for these attacks every day. Like every day, you got to wake up with armor on and prepare for these spiritual attacks, these mental attacks. You know what I mean? These physical attacks. You know what I mean? There's attacks happening all the time, every day. Just in conversation, there's an attack happening. Oppression. You know what I mean? Somebody say some shit that'll fuck with your mind a little bit. You know what I mean? People do things like that, say spiteful shit. Like, I'm not perfect, right? And you be under spiritual attack too. People trying to sway how you feel about your creator. Listen, I'm not perfect. I'm going through a lot of shit in my life, right? A lot of people know this already. I'm staying in the shelter. But what I witness while I'm going through this period, because all of this is a growing process. I'm going through something. Everybody's gonna eventually go through things in their life, different things, right? Homelessness is one of those things, right? But within the system of the shelter or whatever, right? I'm not talking about, staff and everything have, their issues that they gotta deal with and they, address that stuff. But the people that stay there, you know what I mean? The people that stay there, I mean, everybody doesn't do this, but I'm speaking about the ones that do. They bring down everybody else in the environment. And I notice what that is, why they have time, why they can be afforded the comfortability of doing that is because a lot of people in the shelter, they not trying to move out the shelter. They not trying to move forward with their life. They don't have a sense of accomplishment or achievement. They living on disability. They living on SSI. They living on the government. So if you try and do anything to further your life or achieve anything, they don't give a fuck. In fact, they will hinder the shit that you try to do. They would try to hinder and throw monkey wrenches in the shit you try to do. Some of them is cool, don't get me wrong. Not everybody's a hater out this joint, right? But you got motherfuckers that intentionally set out to hinder the things that you want to do or make the environment. This is another big one. Make the environment uncomfortable. So this way, you focus on the uncomfortabilities, right? And you're not really focused on what it is you need to do to progress and get forward. That's not my situation. I'm moving forward. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I got a lot of irons in the fire. I don't give a fuck. The thing I give a fuck about is constantly having to be, you know what I mean, be prepared for a constant attack that I have to face. You know what I mean? And it's a constant thing. You know what I mean? It's a constant thing. You just got to be prepared for that constant daily attack. You know what I mean? And it happens periodically. It comes out of nowhere, and it's just it's stifling, man. It's not even it's just the fact that you even have to deal with these type of things, and it's systematic. You know what I mean? So we can blame the ones that's doing this because they don't know no better, but we really can't because it's a system working through them. You see what I'm saying? They so pacified that they don't understand that they've been indoctrinated just by accepting those phony or maybe legitimate disability checks or whatever the case may be. Now they don't got nothing to do with their time, so all they have to do with their time is focus on what you doing with your fucking time. Seriously, that's what a lot of people do with the social. All they do is focus on what another motherfucker is doing with their time. So in your business, so involved with your day to day, so involved with where you going and where you at. It's weird, man. It's real weird. They want to take pictures of you, record you while you're not looking, and you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, stop the nut shit. Stop the nut shit. Cause then when you put on that steel glove, that knight's armor, and really go off on somebody, right? Then you the bad guy. You the one getting yourself, removed out of a situation that you're in trying to better yourself, right? So many crazy things happen. Like motherfuckers just do dumb shit for no reason. I don't get it. So much divisiveness amongst men and women that have nothing. What the fuck are you being so divisive and sneaky and deceitful for? You don't got shit. You don't got shit going on in your life. You don't got shit. You don't got nothing of value on your person. Like you know what I mean? Like what the fuck do you got going on? But yet and still you always want to, you know what I mean? Internalize. People need to learn how to internalize. Don't think about what's going on outwardly. You know what I mean? Because if you too much involved in somebody else's situation, life, whatever it is, You're not really focusing on yourself, and that's where the focus need to be. Motherfuckers focusing too much on others is lacking. You know what I mean? They're lacking a focus on themselves. They're lacking something in their life, something that's there that they not dealing with. You know what I mean? A lot of people have real fucking mental issues. A lot of these mental issues is built up by society, trauma, family situations, by other motherfuckers keep constantly fucking with people. Because that's a real thing. People will fuck with you until you lose your mind. People will literally try to fuck with you until you lose your fucking cool. I notice it. I notice it. I not only notice it, I'm going through it. I'm sitting up here trying to get out of this situation that I've been put into. You know what I mean? Because nothing is by coincidence. I'm here because I brought myself here, yeah. You know what I mean? To continue to build my foundation, right? But nothing is coincidence. Nothing is coincidental out this motherfucker that goes on. Everything happens for a reason, and there's a season for the reason. Maybe it's so that I could see all the atrocities and shit that I'm going through. Maybe it's so I can witness this and report back to somebody higher than myself, to an entity, to a creator higher than myself. That's all I'm here to do. I'm documenting all this shit. This is God Concept Podcast, baby. It's not my concept. It's not Mark Pagan's concept, right? This is God's concept. It's conceptual amongst the creator. This is a discourse between a soul that was created and the creator that created that soul. I'm just I'm just a man, bro. I'm just trying to do what I gotta do, man. You know, I'm moving forward in my life. I've found a new little I'm not a new little. It's a big step, a new job or whatever. And it's like it's a step, in the right direction. But even starting something new, like just a job. I mean, I know it's something I did before, it's something I've done before, but it's still like you got to get reacclimated to actually working again. Like it's been a while because I was blackballed. I was blackballed, or they put the fucking fix on my shit, so I couldn't get no interviews. My resume, I wasn't getting no callbacks and shit like that. I wasn't really getting opportunities to get any good jobs after all that I've been through in Philadelphia and in my personal life, right? I wasn't getting no calls for no jobs and shit like that. And I was applying for jobs, and trying to look for a new career so that way I continue building what I started building throughout all of this turmoil that was going on in my life, right? In light of my situation, in light of my children, in light of everything, trying to continue to build, man. Not trying, I am doing that. And I'm just getting reacclimated to being there, doing the regular job, doing this and that. It's not what I'm doing. It's you know, just getting your mind, getting your body, getting everything in line. But the job that I have, I'm not going to be too personal with it. Anybody that know me know what the fuck I'm doing. So, right. But yeah, I work with children and it's cool. It's rewarding. I feel a sense of, it's good. You know what I mean? Working with children, because all of us are still children at heart, right? All of us, you know. So yeah, I don't want to get too deep into my shit. You already know too fucking much. You already know way too much. We need to learn a lot more, though. We do need to learn a lot more, and we got to start being more aware of each other's situation, man. Seriously, niggas will say some shit like, I'm gonna give you another example, right? And not to keep taking it to a negative spin, right? But I noticed that there's motherfuckers that'll watch real pretty, pretty little thing that's waiting for me. I pull up, anticipated, good love. I forgot the next part, but that's my shit. I'm listening to it in my ear as I record. I apologize. But another thing that gets me is a person will watch my podcast, bro. They will literally, and I know they do this shit. They'll watch my podcast and get some type of insight on my personal life. And I'm starting to get what other motherfuckers that do podcasts and shit go through, right? Because it's like they'll look at your podcast and get some personal information about you and bring up some shit that's uncomfortable for you, or bring up some shit that you don't even want to talk about with them. Like, like, come on, bro. Like, or they'll be talking to somebody else and say some faggot shit, some nut shit because they wanted to strike a chord with you. It's the price you pay when you have to put yourself on a public pedestal, right? This is the price you pay. And I never wanted to do all this shit. I wanted to do this type of shit, but I was doing game streaming. I was doing my gun reviews. I was doing a lot of different things. I didn't want to start a podcast and put all my personal business out here and shit like that. But you know, it's like you motherfuckers take that shit and run with it. You think this shit is a game. You think what I'm going through in my life and my journey is a fucking game, but it's not. A lot of you people are really the realest motherfuckers are the ones that call themselves real all the time. You niggas is fake, man. It's a lot of fake niggas and a lot of fake bitches running around out this joint, man. And it's sad. It's sad. You know, it's because you haven't taken the time to really cultivate the talents that you have. You haven't taken the time to sit up there and achieve a sense of accomplishment. And this is a grind up session. Yeah, I'm grinding you the fuck up. You know what I mean? I'm grinding y'all the fuck up right now. Don't step into all I can say is this. Stop standing in the way of somebody else's greatness. You need to stop that shit. And that, I mean that shit from the bottom to the top. From the bottom to the top. Stop standing in the way of other people's accomplishments. Hating motherfuckers, all of that shit. And then what's sad is I see the most hatingest niggas in the world. It's always the most hatingest niggas in the world that always seems to steadily progress, steadily progress, steadily progress. The ones with the heart of gold and shit like that, they try to suppress them as much as possible. You know what I mean? And I'm starting to see that shit. Some of them make it. Yeah, you got ones that make it because they just too big and they just too powerful to not make it. And some people don't make it because if they did make it, they would become too big and too powerful for somebody to be able to control, right? Or maybe their life wasn't never meant to be on a pedestal like that because somebody behind the scenes been fucking with them a long time. See, a lot of people get fucked over in their life because to fuck somebody over sometimes it holds a secret, right? If you allow a person to get money in their pocket and they've been getting fucked over by a community, by a city, or whomever the fuck it may be, right? Wouldn't it be in that it would be in the best interest of the people, right? Whoever's fucking him over to not allow him to become whatever he was supposed to be, right? So this way they could continue to fuck him over and keep that secret hidden. There's a lot of secrets that hide within your legacy. Yeah, there's a lot of secrets. And they keep those secrets. You know how they keep those secrets a secret? By holding you back. A lot of you people are held back. A lot of you people have fucked up mindsets. A lot of you people have fucked up spiritual, physically fucked up because somebody oppressed you to the point of that because they don't want your secret getting out. You may know, but the world would never know. You know why? Because they don't want the world to know. If the world knew, now we coming for the boogeyman, right? Now the person who haunted your nightmares, Freddy Cougar, you know what I mean? Friday the 13th, Freddy Cougar. Now you hunting this motherfucker in his nightmares. That's why they hold certain people back because the nightmare never want to be haunted. Freddy Cougar never wants to meet another Freddy Cougar. You know what I mean? Freddy Cougar never want to meet another Freddy Cougar. A motherfucker terrorizing somebody never want to be terrorized. You see what I'm saying? And it's fucked up when it's a collective. When it's a collective of people doing you know what I mean? When it's a collection of people holding people, when it's a group of people that's oppressing, that's the word I was looking for, oppression. When it's a group of people oppressing you, it's harder to really, get a grasp on what's going on because that group of people could surround you and really make it look like you're the problem when you're not. I like when the groups don't know I know though. I love when they know that I know, but I like when they don't know that I know. And then I could just silently and quietly, well, not too silently because I like to sing and shit, but quietly observe the shit that they're doing. Because I see, you know what I mean? You could tell when a person's being device doing this, being sneaky, being a little, doing some little counter ops and shit like that in your immediate environment. You could tell. If you pay attention, you could tell. See, I'm the type of person, I don't mind looking at a person's full anatomy, right? I look at your full body, I look at your hand gestures, I look at you when you're fixing your pants. I don't mind looking at a person, right? I look at you, you know what I mean? I look at the way you move your mouth, your facial expressions, and everything like that. Because I'm really trying to get a grasp on if you're a bullshitter or not. You know what I mean? Whether you're a liar or not, whether your intent is good or whether it's really, bad. You know what I mean? And people don't realize you pick up on that. If a person don't want to talk to you, they're gonna give you a certain eye roll and all that. Like you already get it. If a person's bullshitting you, you already get it, man. My thing is, amongst all of this shit, we got people that look just like us from the same culture or heritage. What am I saying it wrong? Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm Cuban, Irish, and Native American, right? I've been witness this, but I just want to address it here on my podcast, right? Spanish people have something against other Spanish people or Latin people, Latin, Spanish, whatever, right? They got something against other Spanish or Latin people who don't know how to speak Latin or Spanish. If you don't know how to speak Latin or Spanish, they look down on you. Well, this is a public service announcement to any Spanish or Latino people who don't like Spanish or Latino people who's not fluently speaking Spanish or Latino. Um, Grow the fuck up, right? And also put the shoe on the other foot. It is so fucking sad, right? You don't know how bad it hurts a person to not be able to speak one of their native tongues. It hurts not to be able to speak your native tongue, right? And there's a reason why a person who has Spanish or Latin in their DNA and they can't speak the language, it's a reason. You know why? Their mother or their father never taught them. But you want to give shame or look down upon somebody that don't know how to speak their language. How dare you? Why not teach them? Why not try to help them out and stop talking behind their back? Especially you older ones. Y'all pieces of shit, man. Y'all pieces of shit. You Spanish motherfuckers is pieces of shit. Seriously. Puerto Ricans, I don't give a fuck who you is. If you Spanish and you thinking down or thinking badly about somebody who don't know how to speak the language, you're a piece of shit. Because do you know how bad that person who got Latin or Spanish in their DNA, you know how bad they want to be able to speak to you? And know their language and like me personally, I'm going through Rosetta Stone. I got the language apps downloaded and all that shit. I want to be able to speak my native tongue. I want to go to Cuba and all that shit. I'm not an Americanized nigga, even though I was born in America. My pop is from Cuba. He speaks fluent Spanish. Fluent. He never taught me because he wasn't there in my fucking life when I was growing up, right? Let me give you another example. My wife, the mother of my children, right? We separated, but her father speaks fluent Spanish, right? Never taught her a lick of fucking Spanish, right? I'm trying to break that cycle. And he was there in her life. My separated wife, you know what I mean, she's had both her parents all her fucking life. And they never taught her Spanish. So what's their excuse? So you can't really look down on a person because they can't talk Spanish or speak Spanish, their native tongue or whatever it is, because somebody didn't teach them. There was a lack of attention paid to that person. You know what I mean? There was a lack of something in that person's life. That's why he has a lack of a language. You pieces of shit. Stop looking down on people. Stop judging people. Today is the 4th of July. I'm tired of taking the dumb shit. If I don't speak Spanish, don't tease me or be or try to make fun behind somebody fucking back because I don't completely understand what the fuck you saying. Because I catch on. I might not speak it fluently, but I do catch on. Why not teach somebody, help somebody out? I'm tired of faggot behavior and faggot emotions and faggot way of thinking. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about a gay person. I'm talking about faggot shit where motherfuckers is being divisive or having ill will or ill feelings towards somebody. You're a fucking faggot. You know why? Because you won't come out and say that shit blatantly to a person's face or something like that. You may will, but if you talking behind a person back, you're a fucking faggot. If you're sitting up here doing deceitful shit, trying to just make a person's life harder for no fucking reason, and they don't know you or give a fuck, like you're a faggot. That's faggot activity, man. I'm tired of witnessing faggot activity, man. And I'm not even the hardest nigga in the world. Everybody out here know I'm not the hardest nigga in the world. I got scammed by a fucking bitch. I got scammed by women. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I got scammed by, like, I mean, I'm not the toughest dude out here. But I got shit that I stand for, man. I gotta stand up for something. Like, I mean, yeah, I done been there. I done been scammed, duped, led astray, hoodwinked, bamboozled, all of the bullshit that you could go through. I done been there. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm talking to you guys like this. Because I've been scammed. I've been all that shit by family members, by friends, by women, by niggas, by these people, by those people, by parents I've been scammed. Like, come on, bro. Like, I done been there by siblings, by parents, by these ones, by those ones. Nigga, I've been there. That's why I'm like, really, fuck what you going through. Fuck what anybody else is going through. If you going through something and you're not trying to make your situation better, or if you ain't figure it out, it's like, fuck you, man. Seriously, fuck you. And listen, I want to send a big ass shout out to LL Cool J for not performing in Philadelphia, man. Seriously. And the mayor making a statement about him pulling out of that concert because I'm gonna tell you what LL did. He did his research on Philadelphia and he seen all the shit that Philadelphia is going through and all the fuckery that Philadelphia is involved with. And he said, you know what? I'm not performing in Philly. Look what y'all doing to people's lives. Look what y'all out there doing. He probably got a little bug in his ear. Somebody, a little birdie told him something. Like, yeah, Philadelphia is a real fucked up place. A lot of these cities are very fucked up places, man. Seriously, a lot of it is, man. But y'all have a blessed one. Y'all have a happy 4th of July. I just wanted to do a quick podcast. I appreciate all the support. Please continue to follow, subscribe, and like the videos. Not to mention share. And this podcast is not only here. This podcast is available everywhere. This podcast is available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, of course, um, and a few other places. You know what I mean? A few other places. Books available. I'm still working on books, still churning out words and still thinking about new chapters. Every day, man, when I have new life experience and things like that, it's just more pages that I'm adding to those books, man. I can't wait to come out with these series. I can't wait to come out with some new music as soon as I'm afforded the space and opportunity. I have to really just utilize what's available to me at times, and sometimes I'm just not there, but I have to start being there. And I appreciate you most of all, my conceptors, for being here. I appreciate you for watching, for checking me out, for even giving a fuck if you know what I mean. So yeah, my name is Mr. Pagan. This has been an episode of God Concept Podcast. Peace.